Hi everyone, Sachii here, and today we are cash stuffing for the week 15 of 2025. I'm gonna start off with my coin jar because that's honestly my favorite part of this video. It's just getting kind of heavy. I think last week we were at $30. Shouldn't have a lot of coins. I'm not sure. Let's pull this out. And then, okay. Also, this is, sometimes it does miscount, so the number is a give or take number, but regardless, here we are. Let's see what it comes out with. This looks like about $2. This actually isn't filling up as much as it did before, because I did this last year and I was able to get to 60 within a few months, but yeah, okay, so we're at 33.33 estimated. Okay, so 33.33. I'm not doing the 100 envelopes challenge this week just because, or this month, because I'm going on a work assignment in May for the last few weeks, and I don't want to miss my rent payment, so I'm not doing the 100 envelopes challenge. I just need to make sure that I did this okay. So I reallocated some of this money because I started doing some financial planning. And so this is going to look a lot more better than usual because I'm taking out all the ones and possibly all the fives. So I have a 20 in restaurants. I think Mia might be the only one that might have some money in it. Also, too, going to flying out, I got hit with a lot of costs that I wasn't expecting. So I had to go into some of my envelopes as well. That's 25. To make sure that I was able to, you know, get parking and whatnot. Wasn't happy about it, but pretty much everything is empty except for this envelope. So what I'm doing is I'm collecting all my ones and potentially all my fives, dependent on, you know, obviously finances. And I'm going to keep them to the side to make sure that I am able to pay off debt with it. I know it's not much, but that's what I just pulled out was $11. So $11 is still $11. I can pay off in a firm payment, or I can start like whittling down interest. There's a lot of things I can do with $11. But regardless, so we're going to start off with groceries. So we're going to get 2 50s and 2 10s. So interestingly enough, well, not interestingly enough, just I didn't do this well. I accidentally pulled out 100 more than I need to, just because they asked me how much money I needed, and I was like, I don't know. I said I think 1,315, and I actually only needed 1,200 or something along those lines. So we will figure out what I'm gonna do with the extra money. So we have restaurants is 50, 60, 70, 75, 80 on top of the 20 that we already have in there. Yeah, in fact, I'm actually surprised that I had restaurants open, but you know what? I think restaurants is going to continue to stay open because I just went to the Korean store, bought a ton of Korean food, so I think I'm going to be okay for a while. Mian is going to get 2 10s and a 5 for 25. I said 2 10s. What am I doing? Okay, 1, 2, and then this is a 5. Okay, so now she has 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So she has 50, and I'm going to add these all up to later. I'm going to actually use a calculator this time, so I actually do it right. Gas is going to get 120, so it's going to get 2 50s. That's not a 50. 2 50s and 2 10s. Gas went up. I might, starting next paycheck, start putting more into gas just because gas went up. Hobbies gets the standard 10 that I'm probably going to use for something that's not a hobby because I know me. Tithes, I used it all, but that was for parking at the airport because airport parking, I'm a little annoyed about it because they told me that it was $7 per night, which is fine. But then they told me that I had to pay $20 for shuttle, and I was like, well, the only 20 I have is in tithes. So yeah. Sad Panda will get a 10 and 2 5s. 2 5s, and then with that, my cash wallet is stuffed. let's go into our envelopes now. Well, actually, let me write down what I have in my cash wallet first. Okay, so groceries, we have 120. Eating out plus 80 is 100. Miel plus... Again, my handwriting is usually extremely small. So that's why it looks super messy here, because I write extremely small. This is kind of forcing me to, you know, write bigger. Okay, so let's go into the envelopes. Where are they? So the first one and the second one, excuse me. Okay. Put this to the side. So savings, not touching yet. Secret gets the standard 200. I moved it to the bank already. So, yeah. I just didn't mark it. I'll mark it later. I just don't feel like doing it right now. Miel. So Miel is going to possibly be at the dog sitter most of May. So hers is going to get buffed up quite a bit, just because I need to make sure that I have the money for it. So she gets 175. If I do it right, by the time that she actually goes to the dog sitter, she'll be fine. But you need to make sure. I just need to make sure. Clothes will get 5. I also found this Korean. So I went to a Korean market today. I spent way too much money. That same market has a clothing store next to it, a Korean clothing store. So I think I'm gonna start going there for my clothes. Technology. 5. Okay. So the next envelope. Okay. So now we go to travel, which is going to get 20. And this was super helpful because I was able to pay for flights, my parking, and whatnot. Just I wasn't expecting the fact that I had to pay $20 for Subway. Gifts is another 20. I actually didn't touch this for my nephew because I already had a present, and I used wrapping paper from my mom, who, by the way, loved her flower bouquet. Car maintenance is getting 200 because this is lumped in with car insurance. No, it's not. Never mind. Yeah. So yeah. So the other 200 already went to the bank. Insurance is going to get 5. Come on, you got this. Decoration, because I actually need to start decorating my house and be a normal human being. Gets 5. Oh my gosh, stop it. Okay. And subscription gets 5. So now, once we do that, we are going to go into writing it all out. Okay. Savings, 200 plus in bank. Wait, no, excuse me. In fact, I need to count what's in savings right now, just in cash. Because I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep the cash out. Okay, so savings only has $10. I know that I have an IOU in one of them. I think it's a savings one. So savings has 10. Miel has 175. Times 3 had 15 plus 15. Travel has 20. Gifts. Is gifts in this? No, gifts is in the other one. Gifts should have 100. 140. Okay. 140, and then car is going to have 200 and times 20. Okay, 120 plus 20, and my dog is barking again because she missed me and I love her so much. She's the greatest thing on the planet, even though I personally think she actually hates me. Okay, so now we have all of that. They gave me extra 20s, 10s, and 5s to work with, but we're gonna go first with the savings challenges. Oh shoot. Okay, sorry. Yeah, we're gonna go with the 52 weeks. So this week last week, excuse me, because I was traveling, we had $27. So that's gonna be a 20, a 5, and 2. Okay. No, it doesn't matter. If people, a lot of people don't watch this channel, so it doesn't matter whether or not they like how I did this or not. Okay, so the next week I don't think we really need to do this week until Friday. So let's put the amount aside for the next 2 weeks. Let's see. It's going to be 35. So 20, 10, and 5. And it's also going to be 43. So it's going to be 2 20s and the last. Okay. Hopefully I'll remember that. I doubt it, but you know, it's worth a shot. Then I'll get back into my watercolor as well. So we added 27 from last week. Where did I put my little... Oh, there it is. Okay. We added 27 from last week. Let's see how much we have this week for 52 weeks. Again, 100 envelopes is not going to be touched because I need to make sure that I have money for my rent. Okay. And then 100 envelopes is not being touched. Okay, so now all of this, let's see how much I have to play with because again, I don't know how much I put in. So we have 100, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. I have 175 to play with today in between my savings challenges and my both savings challenges. The only issue I have with this is the fact that, you know, you could say, Soph, why don't you pay off some credit card bills? You know what? That would make entirely too much sense. So I'm going to make this as complicated as possible for myself and just do what I do best, which is absolute chaos and destruction. So this is, if I remember correctly, this is actually the one that goes into debt. So yeah, I think I allocated it that way. This one's debt. This one is actually saving challenges. So, because I am a super special human being, I don't have anything to scratch. You know what? Let's do this. I do need to put 10 away for the for an IOU. So this is 15. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, I remember now. I was gonna put 60 of this into Meows, because again, the dog sitter, and also I didn't have enough money to pay for her food bill because I spent entirely way too much money on my on the dog sitter. So actually, I'll move 20. Sorry, I'll move 40 into Meows and I'll put 20 into Secret. Okay, so I'll adjust that later. Actually, I'll adjust that now before I forget. So Secret is going to get 20 to 20. Miel is going to get 40 to make it. I went to an engineering college and I can't do math. Okay, 215. Okay. So going back onto this now, we have 15 again. I think I can do one more on this one to kill debt. Let's see. Five. Okay. We'll do one more sheet, and then if I have to do an IOU, I'll figure out how to remind myself. And this is another 15. Okay. Okay. 2, 3. Okay. So this is 45, which definitely gets over one of my affirmed payments that's due soon. I'll drop it off at the bank tomorrow because I don't feel like driving anymore. Now we're gonna do. I start off with rainy day. Okay. So I have an IOU, which I can cross off now. Do I have an? I don't want to. I try not to use pen when it comes to paper, but it looks like I might have to, or just deal with it. I think I'm just going to deal with it because I already put it aside. Okay, one more on rainy day, and that's a 5. Okay. So 5 goes into rainy day, and then we're done with this challenge. let's go into the next one, home savings. This kind of applies, I think. You know what? I mean, all savings challenges are savings challenges. Let's see. Good, I have a 20. Okay, so we have, let me put this in order. And then I'm definitely going to keep a coin out. I don't know why I didn't do it this time. 40. I have an IOU. Okay, I'll need an IOU in this one. But for now, let's do... Oh, why didn't I... I'm surprised I didn't leave a pen out. So... Okay, that's going to be 20, 50, 60, 65 for savings. Which is added onto the 10. So 70... Okay. 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. So this is 75 for savings for now. Okay. And then all of this will be deposited on the last of the month, hopefully. So savings will get 65 equals 75. And then I need to write an IOU. I just wish I had a pencil to do this, but it's okay. I'll just deal with it. Yeah, I need... And then today is 16th, because it's the day after... Okay, and with that, we are done. Thank you for putting up with me, because I still don't know what I'm doing. Okay.